Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about the five love languages. There is a man named Dr. Gary Chapman, and he has this theory that there are five love languages and that everybody has a primary love language. And I wanted to discuss those with you today because one, that's how we score our Care About Me surveys, but two, to just maybe remind you to think about these in your relationships with your students and even in your own personal life. So the first one is words of affirmation. So it's, either telling students how good of a job they're doing or like nice notes. It's something verbal or handwritten. That is truth, but that is also just encourages the person. That's actually my love language. And I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. The second love language is quality time. Just spending time with another person that's non distracted. So, like, we're not on our cell phones, we're not watching, well, you might be watching TV with the person and talking to them, but you're not busy doing something else. So, like, sometimes my husband likes to play GTA and I'll sit in the living room while he plays GTA and read a book. That's not quality time. We're not spending time with each other, we're just in the same room. But if we were playing a board game, if we were just talking, if we were even watching The Mandalorian, which, by the way, watch season 3, episode 1, it's really good. That's quality time. The next one is physical touch. So, hugs, high fives, fist bumps. A lot of our students respond to those things. And I know we have to be careful about those things. But, like, you don't always have to hug a student to do that. You could do a fist bump, you can do a high five. A lot of times when students come to me and they're upset, I will ask them, do you want a hug? And I'll give them one if they want one. So if you feel like that's appropriate for you, that's something you can do. The next one is acts of service, and that's a big one for our kids. It's doing something for somebody else, very simply. So, and we do all those things all the time here. Teaching, our cooks feed our students, our custodial staff, they clean our school. And even though we get paid to do these things, the fact that we do things, a lot of students put me and Mrs. Pack and Miss Hutchins and Miss Ayers, we help people. We are there for them when they need us. For a lot of teachers, a lot of students have put, they help me with my work. That's important. And receiving gifts is the last one. And of course, extra recess, prize out of the prize box. That's pretty self explanatory. And most people, like I feel love from all of these ways, but like where words of affirmation and physical touch and quality time are like my top three, I feel more loved from those than I do other ways. Like last night, my husband went to the store and he's like, Leslie, I got you something. And he brought me 4 bottles of hand sanitizer. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I appreciate his thoughtfulness, but because that's not my love language and I knew he was trying to show he loved me, and I was thankful for it, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't like quite what I needed, I don't think. And I'm sure if you think about it, you've probably been in similar situations, and not necessarily with a spouse, but it could be with a parent or, a child, you know, niece, nephew, whatever. Um, so I think our first step is knowing what our love languages are and then being mindful of those when we interact with other people. So, like, try to tell Gabe how great he is and stuff, but his love language is quality time, physical touch. So for me, if I say, hey, Gabe, let's watch this movie, let's hang out, or if I could just give him a hug or something, that fills his love tank more than me all the time saying how great he is. And so you can Google like love languages survey and they'll pop up and you can take it and figure out what's yours. But just something to be mindful. And maybe this is something you want to do for your students, like maybe not this year because it's March, but maybe next year at the beginning of the year, this might be something you want to do with your students so you can be sure to like speak their love languages. You know, you can even try this with your own families and people you care about to see how well it works. Um, but I do think love is the important thing, and we need to show people we care about them. And there's a variety of ways to do that. So, have a great day, everybody.